Good day, viewers. Step into the untamed world of wild battle, where we unveil the dramatic struggles, animal duels, and the primal hunt for survival. The biggest and most formidable of the big cats is the tiger. Adult Amur tigers reach 3.5 meters in length and can weigh over 300 kilograms. It can kill a horse with one swing of its paw. As a rule, a tiger is groomed by a single male during the breeding season. But when the number of males is high, fights for the right to possess a female may occur. It seems that this deadly battle is fought over the tigress. It is the wildlife. The strongest wins, because this is the only way for the offspring to get the best genes. Most likely, the elephant wanted to cool off on a hot summer day, but it turned out to be a fatal mistake, as within minutes it was surrounded by a horde of hungry hippos. It's unknown how the events unfolded afterwards, but one would hope that the elephant managed to safely make it back to the shore. Here you see how a naughty pit bull decided to attack a pack of capybaras. A capybara is a rodent that weighs up to 65 kilograms and looks very much like a huge guinea pig. Capybaras are semi-aquatic and spend most of their time in water. So for a dog to fight in water with a pack of such giant guinea pigs is doomed to failure in advance. But the dog still confidently swims towards them despite the bites and attacks of the capybaras, who are just protecting their nest and offspring. The pit bull pays no attention at all to the cries of his mistress, who calls out to him on the other shore. Good thing the capybaras weren't too aggressive and the dog returned to his mistress unharmed. The elephants arrived at the watering hole, unaware of the deadly danger awaiting them. As soon as a young elephant eagerly reached out for the water, it was swiftly attacked by the hungry crocodile, latching onto its trunk with a death grip. If it weren't for the intervention of the herd leader, the outcome would have been disastrous. With such impressive skills in walking on their hind legs, these deer could have a great future in the circus. However, they chose to engage in disputes among themselves. While two individuals actively work on their strikes, another animal watches the proceedings with interest. The hippopotamus set itself the goal of eating fresh crocodile meat for dinner. It tried to catch the dodgy reptile this way, and all attempts failed, so someone had to go to bed hungry. A herd of elephants arrived at a watering hole to quench their thirst, only to find a couple of cunning predators waiting for them. Without hesitation, the elephants decided to drive away their persistent crocodiles and successfully executed their plan. An eel found itself on the hook of a clever snake, and its fate seemed sealed, but its agility and resourcefulness helped it slip out of the powerful grip of the reptile. Interestingly enough, even the snake itself didn't understand how it happened. The kangaroo noticed a dog nearby and immediately went into defense mode, shifting from one leg to another in the water, like a true boxer. Barking furiously, the dog approaches the opponent, but receives a punch to the face. After a quick exchange, the dog foolishly goes back for more, and this time risks being drowned. Miraculously, the dog manages to dodge the kangaroo's strong paws and escapes to safety. It decides to skip the next round. Two young bisons engaged in a confrontation, seeking to determine who was stronger and more dominant. Their sparring could have gone on for eternity, but suddenly, one of the giants unexpectedly backed off, deciding to retreat. It seemed that it had no chance of claiming a dominant role in the herd with such an approach. Between wolves and bears, serious clashes regularly occur. Usually, these are battles not for dominance, but for survival. However, there are also isolated cases when these animals find a common language and get along well with each other. The fox had a simple and clear plan: to have a satisfying meal. But it became a part of the food chain itself, as a predatory bird had already set its sights on it. The eagle swiftly attacked its prey, sinking its sharp talons into it. But miraculously, the redhead managed to break free. An entire pride of lions literally hung on the unfortunate giraffe. But at one moment, the animal grew tired of carrying the burden of the clawed paws. The giraffe shook off its tormentors and stomped its foot in frustration, as if telling the predators that approaching it was no longer worth it. Camels are truly desert kings. They are not as gentle as they may seem at first glance. Look at how this tyrannical animal deals with a small donkey. The camel bites its neck with sharp teeth, lifts it in the air, and throws it to the ground, accompanied by a menacing roar. The giraffe, despite its outward calmness, is not an animal to mess with. For instance, this overly persistent rhinoceros received a swift kick to the nose just for trying to provoke the long-necked neighbor. When lions gather to feast on freshly hunted meat, hungry crocodiles regularly try to join in the feast. However, the royal family is not accustomed to sharing their prey, so the lions have to fend off persistent guests, sometimes even risking their own lives. The crocodile came up with a clever trick. It performed an impressive somersault right in front of its immediate rival. While it was caught off guard, the crocodile simply snatched the prey from under its nose. The lioness spotted another prey and was preparing for the attack. However, it was slightly taken aback when it realized that the wildebeest was not an easy target. Swiftly seizing the initiative, the horned creature initiated a chase after its assailant, and even some friends joined in the pursuit. The agile snake quickly snatched a tasty morsel, a frog from the water. Before satisfying its own hunger, it decided to give the frog a kind of aquatic amusement ride. Usually, these animals fight with tusks and horns, but the main goal for an elephant is to try to knock a rhinoceros off its feet and then crush it. However, a strategically delivered counterstrike from the rhino can seriously injure the aggressive opponent. Overall, the battle between them can unfold according to various scenarios. In one of the zoos, visitors can witness the fierce battle between the two largest and strongest primates. The intensity of emotions escalated so rapidly that the audience sometimes couldn't tell which primate would ultimately prevail over the opponent. However, the dominant male put an end to this fierce confrontation. Two lionesses latched onto the buffalo with a deadly grip, but suddenly, another member of the family came to its aid, and with a powerful horn strike, narrowly missed piercing the wildcat's belly. Then another friend arrived, and the bewildered predators were forced to retreat with empty paws. Let's start with a heartbreaking situation. A large anaconda strangled a baby calf. People just didn't have time to come to the rescue. The cow, which found its baby, tried for a long time to shake it with its muzzle, but it did not help it. People at that time tied the anaconda with ropes and tried to drag it across the river, but it looks like the cow realized what had happened, and after the bite on its nose, it just got furious. You can see the real mother's rage. The cow started to take as much revenge as it could, trampling the snake with her hooves and muzzle. I think the anaconda is unlikely to be left alive, especially after what it did to the calf. This fight looks very unusual and clumsy, but clashes between giraffes for leadership in the family group are very common. Giraffes fight through neck and head blows. The fight can last quite a long time, and sometimes there are even injuries, falls, and even a knockout. And also in the fight, giraffes never use prohibited blows, and only a real enemy who threatens its life can get a hoof. Thank you for your enthusiasm for Wild Battle. To be a part of our journey as we uncover more animal competitions, intense battles, and captivating hunts, subscribe to our channel and share your insights in the comments section.